Whew. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome back. And yeah, since it's Friday, we're going to be doing a daily double today. All right. A few days back, I came across a video done by Fringy, and pretty much, this is the ramblings of a disenfranchised liberal. Yeah, it takes him 10 minutes to explain to folks that he now finds himself in agreement with the political right more than the politically left side of the spectrum. Bravo! Bravo! It takes you 10 minutes for that. The first 5 minutes of it, the first half of it, he's sitting here saying how back in the past, anybody that was on the political right was just like evil, and they destroyed everything in their path, and now all of a sudden today it's very close to the left. And he just goes on to explain to folks, guys, I'm a liberal. I've always been liberal. Blah blah. No, really, I have been. Now that kind of conversation for the first handful of minutes, and I got to stop all the folks, whether you're European or American or whatever. Number one, don't declare political leanings. Just get to the freaking topics. Just get to the freaking issues. All right. State what you want to talk about. Talk about that stuff. This is going to be about how destructive one side or another got and how they're out of favor. That, yeah, you can definitely do that. But to be honest, folks, I'm getting kind of tired of this. Look, folks, I want to talk about something that's very right-wingish, but I have to explain. I have to explain that I was always a liberal. I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing that, folks. It sounds like a kid. It sounds like a weak little person that just can't stand on their principles and convictions. Cut that shit out. I don't care where you're from, folks. Cut it out. Just talk. Let's get to the issues. Spit it out, man. 10 damn minutes. Cut the declarations out. Have some balls. Make your statements about an issue. It's just politics, man. It's not a religion. If you're a mechanic, that tells me something about you. If you're a doctor, a cop, a programmer, that tells me something about you. You actually did something, man. How you vote? That tells me absolutely nothing. That tells me more about current events than it does you, the person. That's all I'm going to say about that nonsense, folks. Politics are just politics. They're not a freaking religion. Don't know how this is so hard to explain to folks. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that are talking about World War III and the possibility of that. We're talking about detective emails show Iranian double cross, and the 150 billion Iran deal, and the ransom payments sent to Russia, and the budding of World War III. And this is a tweet by Hector Maurencio or whatever. So anyway, let's zoom in on that. See if you guys can read that. There you go. And no, that wasn't 16 hours ago. That was yesterday sometime. So yeah, we got some big fish to fry. We got some major topics to get going on and on and on about, particularly if you live in America. And I find it kind of strange that people from other nations are like, oh my God, the Americans, maybe they need the vote. Maybe we should help them decide on the vote. It's getting really annoying. But I'm not going to get into that whole nonsense. Quite simply put, we got some serious issues at hand. And I'd very much like to avoid this cloudy weather, let's put it that way. I very much would like to avoid this kind of cloudy weather that we're getting here. I don't know, maybe this is that global warming that the liberals keep talking about. Who knows? Okay, this is that guy T. He has a very wonderful video about direct message to the skeptic community. This was several days back. I got just one slight strange issue with it. Okay, how do I put this bluntly? The gist of the video, from what I understand, and yeah, folks, I only watched like 10 minutes of it, and that's it, because that was all I could stomach of it. Really, it's not because I'm an atheist. I'm an agnostic. I don't need a freaking club to roll around, and that's kind of sort of what this guy wants back. He wants his lone wolf status back. He wants all the atheists to have their lone wolf status back. I don't know if that's possible at this point. You guys actually have a community, because in the very video you have 80,000 subscribers here, pal. and it's going to be a lot the same for a lot of the other folks that declare that they themselves are atheist or whatever. So with that kind of following, I hate to break it to you, but you guys actually kind of sort of are community. You want to be a lone wolf? Drop your channel. Talk to people in real life. Change your name every time you get X amount of whatever. We actually have a lone wolf that does all that shit. He's called the Internet Aristocrat, or Mr. Medicare. He's an actual lone wolf. He gets a fucking crowd no matter where he goes. He's a lone wolf. For the atheist community, I hate to break it to all of you, but one of you got successful, and now all of a sudden we see a ton of atheists pop up all over the fucking place, particularly on YouTube. Alright? Not exactly the newest or the most lone wolf thing to do. Back when he did it, it was a lone wolf thing to do. Nowadays, not so much so. Alright? So, you know, you have a community. I'm sorry, folks. If you're getting crowds that can fill churches just by sparking a couple of YouTube videos, yeah, that lone wolf status, that is gone. That is revoked. Now, you know, I don't want to be mean about it. I don't want to be very short-sighted, you know, but, you know, that's just the way it kind of rolls, man. Maybe the next year, the atheist community won't be big. You know, maybe it'll go like the same way as the next genre of music that was hot one year and terrible the next. Maybe it'll go that way. I don't know. I really don't know, man. But if you want that lone wolf status, either A, just gonna have to wait it out, or B, start being a lone wolf. Like I said, there's examples to follow. There's examples to take notes from. There's lone wolves out there on YouTube or whatever. I'm sorry if I keep abusing that term, but I mean that's the only thing that comes to mind. Like, straight up, you guys took on the Christians who never fight back, and that's fine. No, you know, turn the other cheek or whatever. Regardless of all the whatchamacallit, missionary work that they do, you know, like trying to solve the homeless issues, like taking a bunch of medical equipment and doctors and dentists and taking them down to places like, I don't know, Africa, and helping them cure like Ebola and AIDS and shit like that. You know what I mean? You know, helping out the needy. I don't know, braving the Islamic countries. You know, facing getting beheaded, facing getting burned alive, and all that other shit. As opposed to the atheists, which just, you know, they set up a YouTube account and they just say, hey, look at this idiot, herder, just as you pointed out. And then it gets a million clicks, and then they start turning on AdSense, and then they start making money. Dude, if you guys want to start something new, then start something new. I'm agnostic. I don't need a freaking crowd telling me what I do and don't believe in. I'm one of those guys that just doesn't know. There's something out there, and I just don't know. I haven't seen enough evidence to convince me. That's it. That's pretty much it. Don't need to be constantly clashing and butting heads with the Christian community or whatever, which goes nowhere. And then you guys took on the feminist community. Those guys are connected to politics. I hate to break it to you. But, you know, that's 50% of the vote. You know, the women are 50% of any population at any given time. That's definitely, that's an edge. Okay? You cut out the man from their lives, and guess what? You got a voter for life. That's the formula that they figured out. You break apart the family unit, and yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of folks that tend to lean in one direction when you give them all these benefits for doing such a thing. So they're connected to politics. They got a sugar daddy, and yes, they're idiots. They're useful idiots. They don't know. I mean, where do you think all this evil right-wing bullshit came from when we were messing around in Gamergate? None of us mentioned that shit. I think there was only like one guy that was like right-wing and damn proud of it. Like freaking Escape Velocity, I think his name was. It was only like one dude out of like the hundreds of thousands of people that we came across. Thousands and thousands of people that were part of that movement. Alright, so I mean that should give you a slight idea on the strange video, the strange task that you have in here. Like the atheist community somehow being a bunch of loners. I don't know how that's gonna work, man, but lots of luck to you. Bravo. You didn't want to be it sounds like you don't want to be famous after you got famous. I don't know. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm reading here. That's kind of what the vibe I'm getting. But I'm just a schlub. I'm just a nobody. I'm not challenging anyone, folks. Just throwing that out there. Lord knows I want to get some news. I don't want to be sitting here dealing with a bunch of atheists all day and all night, because Lord knows I actually had to deal with that one day, and I took on like 3 to 5 of them, of those guys, and it took like 3 days. I think they never dropped that fucking subject. They just go on for fucking 3 days, like little autistic little nutcases. And I was doing, yeah, and that was the last time that I think I got into a massive argument with an atheist. Excuse me, group of atheists, because let's face it, stupidity never travels alone, right? You know, will I ever see guys as good as that guy to you? Not a chance. Not a chance, man. Will I ever, you know, and plus I'd probably get destroyed, let's be honest with the folks. I mean, these folks are 10 times more brilliant than most folks, but you gotta do 2 and 2 on that. All of a sudden, now the atheists, we gotta stop calling ourselves a community. We gotta stop being a community. I don't know how that's gonna work, pal. When clearly you guys get into this for some cash, and you got those 80,000 subscribers, you just pop the monetization on, and yeah, just watch the bucks roll in. All you gotta do is just set a camera in front of your face and talk. You know, that'd be great. That'd be nice. You know, I really, you know, if that's the only thing you got to talk about, like I said, lots of luck, man. Lots of luck there. But yeah. You know, take it for what it is, folks. Take it for what it is. And that's going to be the end of this one. Yeah, it went on for longer than I should have. But I mean, I'm stunned, folks. I keep thinking that there's something going to come up and maybe it's something extra. But no, that's it. That's all there is. It's like, it makes no sense to me. I'm still trying to figure this one out. Anyway, lots of luck to everybody on their projects. I hope everything works out for the best for everybody all around. Good luck to all. Peace out. Have a good weekend.